Hey guys, it's Freebie Friday, which means we have our MLB cheat sheet for free today. So I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on how to use it. Today we're going to be looking to build a DraftKings cash lineup. Keep in mind with this cheat sheet that the early edition is just preliminary. We will update one more time. It'll be on the same exact link on our website, and it'll just have updated ownership. It'll also adjust for any players that didn't end up starting, etc. So be sure you stop by about 6:40, 6:45 and check out the final one to finalize your lineups. So we're here at dailyfantasysolutions.com. We're at the cheat sheet for today. First thing you can see is that these stats are based on 2019 stats. Also, we mentioned weather, really important to double check the weather. Also, any plays not listed on the cheat sheet that you're curious about, you can click there, check out our free MLB stats. Scrolling down here, we've got our key. We use a color scale. Green represents lower price and higher stats. Red is the higher price and lower stats. Players in yellow are multi-position eligible on DraftKings. All the colors are just to help you visually see. You can see we also have a rank here. Our ranking is based on both pitcher and batter stats by handedness and the Vegas implied total. IP innings pitched, Vegas self-explanatory, that's the implied total, projected ownership as well, self-explanatory. So scrolling down here, again, we talked about this, it will be updated, and here we are. So first thing I like to do when I am building a lineup, especially a cash lineup, is go through position by position, get a feel for it. So we come here, we've got our player information, we've got our data. This data is all based on the opposing lineup. And when we update it, it'll be all these numbers for the pitcher and for the opponent data will be based on the final lineup. So that's really cool because we're not just giving you a generic, K rate of 30%. This is based on exactly how many righties and lefties St. Louis will have in their lineup, and the formula accounts for that and spits out the exact numbers based on this final lineup. And same thing here. So if a team rolls out a lineup full of backups, these numbers are going to show. So for cash games, what we're really looking at here is projected ownership because we want to do our best to nail chalk. If you can nail chalk, you're going to be in a position to cash nightly. You're always going to competing if you can nail cash. So first thing we're doing, we're building DraftKings cash here. So I see 4 guys right at the top here. Ray, Duffy, Caleb Smith, Garrett Cole. Again, keep in mind that these ownership numbers are going to change with that final update. So right now we're just building a quality dummy lineup. But you're going to do the same thing when that final one comes out. You're going to go through, take a look at it, and build from there. Swinging over to first here. We have our first highlighted guys. It's because these guys are multi-position eligible. Again, we're building a DraftKings cash lineup, so come up here. We've got 2 guys pretty far out in front of everybody else, Sanchez and Votto. If I need some value, I've got Zunino here. It looks like Votto is going to be a pretty clear chalk play as of now at first, unless that changes. But for now, I'm going to plan on using Votto, and I will see if I can fit Sanchez. Moving to second here. We've got, again, a couple guys multi-position eligible. We've got Scooter Gannett well out in front of everybody else. So he's going to be a guy I'm going to lock in here. Swinging to third here. You can see we've got 3 guys really bunched together. And then we've also got some value here. These guys are all about the same price. So this really feels like a good spot to take some value and essentially punt this position. These guys at the moment, this could change. These guys at the moment are all going to take some ownership from each other. So I don't feel like I'm going to get burnt if I fade any of these guys. So at 3,300, Kyle Seager's definitely on my radar as a punt if I need it, or obviously if I can get one of these guys, I will. Swinging to shortstop. Again, we've got some guys bunched up here. Bregman is questionable, so not sure he starts. He got hurt last night. I've got Story, but that's pretty penny. I've got Didi here as exposure to the very high Yankees total, and I've got Iglesias as my value if I need it. Again, you can see this ownership here. They're all bunched up here. In our last position outfield, we've got Aaron Judge well out in front of everybody else. I will prioritize him. And then I've got a bunch of guys right here. If I look here, Justin Upton really pops 3.8. And then these guys are all in that same price range. I can use Vegas total as a tiebreaker. I can use this rank as a tiebreaker to decide between them all. But all of these guys right here are on my radar. So now let's swing over. Now we've gone through each position, we kind of have a feel for it, and let's see what we can build here. So if you remember, we had Robbie Ray, Caleb Smith, those two were ahead of everybody else, with Garrett Cole and Duffy slightly behind. Cole's going to be too rich for my blood on this, with the Yankees having such a high total. So we'll start with these two. We had Sanchez here. We had Votto here. Scooter was one of our automatic plays. We also had Judge as an automatic play. So we can see right here we're already in need of some salary. So if you remember, we had Kyle Seager as a value option because third base was looking pretty spread out. So I'm going to go ahead and take that value here, 3.3. See where that leaves me, 4.2. Upton was another guy who stood out if he's starting, 3.8. That leaves me a decent amount of salary here. If we remember our shortstops, we weren't sure Bregman was going to start. And I like Didi at that price. Exposure to that super high Yankees total. That leaves me with 4,600. Come back here. You see we got a ton of options available. If you want, you can swing back to your cheat sheet here. See what we've got available at 4,600. See we've got Hicks and Meadows, both projected high. I could plug in either one of those guys. I've got David Dahl down here. So we'll go Hicks, get more exposure to that high Yankees total. If you didn't want to go all out on the Yankees, you could adjust that. But just like that, we've now built a very quality cash lineup and a fantastic dummy lineup that you're definitely going to want to utilize the cheat sheet to create. And then when that final cheat sheet comes out, make sure you take a look because we might have some surprise. You know, the Yankees could have a surprise lineup and you might get some value that's going to become chalk. So that's why you definitely need to take a look at that final cheat sheet, see if anybody is popped, see if anybody's projected ownership is shot way up, shot way down, and adjust from there. But you're going to do the same thing with that final cheat sheet. Just go through each position, get a feel for it, and then just start building and tinkering around. You know, it's really easy to do. I just did it with talking in about 5 minutes. So that shows you that you don't even really need, you know, if you don't have time to research, that's fine. This cheat sheet does it for you, especially for cash games. You just got to utilize that projected ownership. Easy as that. Thank you.